Oxford. It's a delight. I've been walking around all day, enjoying the sights, absorbing the brain cells that are active and working and used. I'm from London. It's still quite cool there, but you've got very fresh air here, don't you? It smells, freshly cut grass that you're not allowed to walk on. Actually, that's more Cambridge, isn't it? Anyone from Cambridge in? Oxford v Cambridge. That's kind of like the Biggie 2-pack of the higher education world, isn't it? I'm not really on board with that either. I just thought I'd do a treat for this gig. Anyway, moving on. My name is Elle, and my day job, I'm a yoga teacher. I teach Posh Twister for a living. And a big part of my day job is wearing a lot of lycra. I'm not wearing it now, I just like painting that. So therefore it's only to be expected that I receive numerous strange messages from even stranger men and women requesting things like private naked twister. Because that's right, folks, I am asking for it. Anyway, sorry, it gets much more fun in a minute. My friends sometimes ask me how I deal with these unwanted advances, and I tell them it's simple, my imaginary boyfriend. I realise that sounds about as progressive as Claire Foy being paid less than Matt Smith in the Netflix series about her character's namesake. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else I should do in a world where, you meet a man in the club, or the yoga studio, or the wherever, and he's more likely to respect the wishes of an imagined entity over your shoulder than your own. Do you know what I mean? So there you go, imaginary boyfriend. Anyway, it's getting fun now, so you can all unclench. So me and my imaginary boyfriend have been together for about 3 months now. It's going really well. I'm really happy. Thank you for that little... Yeah! Yeah! Get in! And he's ever so supportive. He's actually come down tonight. Guys, give it up for Tom, everybody! Yes, in Oxford he's Tom, because that's a wholesome academic name, isn't it? He probably reads classics. What? No. Art history. Oh my God. What's that? Oh, they wouldn't let you in to do history. Never mind. Story of my life. No, you shut up. Yeah, he's ever so adaptable, like he's Tom tonight, but at the Hackney Wit Garage Rave last Saturday, Dave. He even sold imaginary ketamine, which has no bad side effects. It's wonderful. Another wonderful thing about an imaginary boyfriend, ladies and gentlemen, is not pregnant. Again. A lot of my friends are, though, at the moment, on purpose. One of my really good friends, Rosie, is she's so pregnant that she's going to be having a baby shower. Where's the American lady? You know what a baby shower is? America. I love America. Anyway, yes, that was not. She's having a baby shower, right? And she asked me if I could come up with a gender reveal game for her baby shower. I know. I was like, what? But I had a little Google and I put on my gendered thinking cap, and I came up with this. I was like, Rosie, why don't you take a piggy bank, shake it upside down. If £1 comes out, you're having a boy, but if 85p comes out, well, it's a girl. No, don't clap the pay gap, madam. It's 2018 progress. She said though that if she does have a girl, she would like to name her Melanie in remembrance of her late mother. And I was like, that's really sweet, right? That's very touching, so that she never forgets her. Which got me thinking, if I had a girl, I'd probably have to call her Morning After Pill for a similar purpose. Speaking of the Morning After Pill, I went to go get one the other day because at 27 years of age, I am in control of my life. And to be honest, I just quite fancied being off my tits on progesterone for an afternoon. What of it? Do you know what I mean? I was making my purchase in what I assumed to be the safe, judgment-free space that is Morrison's Pharmacy. And when the lady behind the counter, she looked at me and she goes, did the condom break? And I was like, did the what break? I can't, no, I did bad. I cannot afford to be that blasé about such things, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't afford children. I can only afford to swallow them at present. Yes, that is as disgusting as you think it is. Don't bother laughing there. I need to learn to be better. Okay, it's getting much more highbrow from here on in. It's not, don't worry. On with the filth. Okay, so where was I? So my imaginary boyfriend, Tom, or whatever I called him, can't remember, I might have changed the name. Maybe he's Hugo, I feel like it's a Hugo now. He's an excellent, excellent lover, right? Unlike my ex, who we don't talk about except for the purposes of my comedy. My ex, he actually suffered with a condition. It's called strugglingus. Any Latin readers in? It's not a real condition, I made it up. Yeah, he didn't give a shit about foreplay, never mind, that bit never works. I tried to educate him, right, because communication is important in a relationship. I took him on a date to a water park. But I secretly instructed all the staff there to turn off the water supply. So it wasn't until he was halfway down the biggest slide they had, screaming in pain with third-degree chafing burns, that I called down, "Now do you see why it's important, sweetheart?" So since that moment, I like to think of myself as a pioneer in the creative sex education movement. That's a thing. Let's get it trending. And so, for example, I recently tried my hand at writing. I rewrote the book 50 Shades of Grey, but I tweaked it a little bit to appeal to my own fantasy. I called my version One Shade of Grey, and in my version she says, "No thank you," and he respects that, and that's the end. It's a light read, it didn't take me very long to write. I was actually inspired to write that stunning piece of literature. It's on Amazon. God, I can't wink, can I? Anyway. Good to know when you're standing in front of loads of people. Notice that. Anyway, I was inspired to write that as a parting gift to my old boss. I recently quit a job in a big corporate finance firm. Sexy job. And it's fine because I didn't fit in anyway. I was quite a messy girl. What is going on there? What did I... okay, let's reset. Okay, cool. Anyway, didn't fit in there. Here comes the punchline. Didn't fit in there because I'm really clumsy, and I'm far too clumsy to be around something as fragile as toxic masculinity. Yes! Listen. I'm getting distracted. I don't know what it is. The banging. I just came from another venue. I did a gig in another venue and just ran across. That's just a story. There's actually fuck all laughs there. But I'm clearly not used to this. I'm very new and inexperienced. Yeah. That's what you... Okay, I was getting back... Where the fuck was I? Okay, so it's obviously really shit, right, if a job isn't right for you, but I like to think that a silver lining is that you can at least maybe take away with you like a new skill set or a transferable skill to carry on to your next place of employment. And I would say the skill I acquired working in that office, being invisible. It would appear that if... you were in possession of a mind of your own and a vagina and were unwilling to wear tops that came just as low as just above your nipple, you were virtually undetectable. I found this out one day when I was trying to make my lunch in the office kitchen, right, and I was just doing my dainty little lady chopping, and my colleague next to me was just going nuts. He was like thrashing around, chucking cutlery everywhere, pulling drawers out, spaffing the sriracha in every which direction, and eventually, I just lost it, and I slammed shut the cupboard door, and it made a really loud bang, and he just goes, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm breathing, Brian." Yeah, they weren't particularly used to the company of women, which is strange, because I wasn't the only female employee there. There was one other, but unfortunately me and her never got to know each other, because only one of us was allowed to speak at any given time, so we were never able to actually hold a conversation. The reason they fired me, fine. The reason they did fire me actually is because I kept bringing Tom in to work with me. Apparently that wasn't cool. But I don't really see the problem because he's also fucking invisible, right? So he fit right in. But I've got, you know, I've got some like fond memories of that place. Like, for example, I got a lot of compliments. And by compliments, I mean unsolicited comments about my appearance. I think it was like my second day of employment, and my boss just marches up to my desk and says, "Elle, you've got one of those resting bitch faces, haven't you?" Really? And I stared back at him. And I said, "Matthew, it's active because a bitch never rests." To be honest, if I was seen to have this resting or active bitch face, it's only because I had to put up with a daily dose of, well, actually, you know, nice bit of mansplaining, or as I like to call it, correctile dysfunction. Another thing I got a lot of, I was told to smile. Anyone else? Love it. I think it was Barry in accounts who liked to tell me on a near daily basis to smile for him, like he was being really charming and not like a fucking big sex pest. I think we were actually discussing my salary one time, and he was like, "Now, show me that lovely smile of yours." And I was like, "Barry, show me that pay rise." But yeah, feminism, it's not really landing in here, is it? Come on, guys. It is, thank you, yes! But you know when you get catcalled, right, where you get asked to smile by a random stranger in the street? Ladies, my ladies. I think one thing, you say, what do we carry around with us in our handbags? We've got our hairbrush and our lip gloss and our rape alarm. I think we could also stand to carry with us blood capsules. Now, that sounds strange, but you know when you're walking down the street, that's how I walk down the street, totally natural. That's when I'm constipated. And some like geezer, I don't know if you get those knocks, so some geezer's like, "Cheer up, love, it might never happen, give us a smile." I just love it if I had one of these blood capsules just like always stuck in the roof of my mouth, so that when I did come to flash him a winning grin, it would be like... That actually happened to me the other day. I got catcalled, but didn't have my blood capsules with me, damn it. But it tied in really well with a botched trip to the dentist. Did you know, P.S. if there's any dentists, and don't you dare fact check me here. Did you know that if you nick a blood vessel in your gum, the blood pressure is so extreme that it kind of just shoots out? So I was literally spitting blood at this guy, right? It was like, I was losing a lot of blood but doing my bit for feminism. I'm kidding, I'm not a feminist. I love R. Kelly. Good night, everybody. Thank you.